My boyfriend believes we took an art class together long ago. We never did, and it is tearing our relationship apart. He thinks I am lying, and I don't know what to think. This is kind of weird, but I am at the end of my rope with this. And my Tom recently started dating again. Currently, we have been together for 6 months now. We were a couple 3 years ago during university. We were close back then, but I ended up getting a fantastic job offer from a big tech company and was required to relocate to SV. Tom, unfortunately, was being forced to look after his 2 younger siblings after his mother passed away. We ended up separating when we realized it wasn't going to work. Last year, I moved back home after I went through a painful failed engagement and a combination of burnout and my dad not being in good health. We got back in touch, and one thing led to another. At the start of this month, I moved in with Tom after his final younger brother moved out to go to university. The staff was great, and I was happy, and he seemed happy. Then something weird happened, and I didn't know what to make of it. 2 weeks ago, we were talking about redecorating and renovating. Tom said he had paintings we did together in art class. This really confused me. I have no memory of doing this art class, but he remembers it like it was yesterday. This led to a weird argument, where I denied this ever happening, but he would not drop it. Eventually, I just pretended to vaguely remember, just to get out of this. He didn't believe me, and he spent 4 hours digging through Facebook on his computer and even dug out his old cell phone. He found nothing. He seemed hurt and confused, and I begged him to let me just forget about it. However, this started eating at me all of last week. My ex-fiancé would do this. He would lie and give different accounts of events or claim things happened that I didn't remember. However, they were always minor and meant to hurt. This was just weird. I ended up spending hours combing through my records and found nothing. He said we went and bought our supplies at a specific place, but I have no bank records of that. I have no records of this ever happening, and I even asked a few people I used to be friends with who never remembered this. It bothered me a lot. On Wednesday, we went to Tom's storage unit to fetch some stuff, which immediately turned into him hunting for the art. He swears he put it there, and he even remembers him putting it there so vividly. But there was nothing. There was some art from his family, but nothing matched what I apparently painted or what he painted. He even went on to vividly tell me how we would go and grab food before heading over to the college after a certain class we had together, but I don't remember this at all. I was annoyed, really annoyed. We had a big fight driving home, where Tom complained that I just don't remember. I was telling him I think he is wrong. It was awkward that night and I broke down and told him he was wrong, and this isn't going to work out if this continues. Today has been really awkward, and I feel this stupid little thing of no significance is going to rip this relationship apart. Tom seems dead set in his way, and I was honestly considering that this is a sign of mental illness, but this is the first time I have ever seen him act like this, and it bothers me so much. What am I supposed to do? I feel even if I just finally say, oh yes, I remember now, it is just going to lead to a huge argument. The part that bothers me is that he is dead sure of when it happened when we were a couple. Specifically, he is dead set that it was every Wednesday after we had a certain class. He remembers the specific class, the professor, and the fact that it ended around 6 p.m., but he remembers us going to this art class for 2 months afterward, which didn't happen. Update: I did sit him down and explain why it was bothering me so much and how my ex used to gaslight me. He apologized and told me he must have been remembering things wrong. But it didn't matter, because we found the answer to the mystery last night when we visited his sister, and this topic came up. It turns out that his sister was the one who did the art class with him, and it wasn't actually at the local college but at a local craft store. She didn't have the paintings but was able to dig up a bunch of photos of her and Tom's stuff, including the painting that Tom remembered. This was a weird last 2 weeks, but I am glad this is over.